You're on, by the way. No, really, you're on.
Well, I can start.
Yeah, you're on.
Alright, so good evening, everybody. Today I'm going to be presenting the Eric Peterson case study that was put together by my group, including Carrie, Carl, Tarun, Shennan, and myself, Alan. And we're going to be talking about effective business communication skills. Now, we first need to identify the problem that was present in this case and for Peterson, which is, first of all, lack of credibility. He had a lot, he didn't have credibility with most of his colleagues. Examples being with Kurt, he came into a new job, he didn't have the necessarily skills for that specific job, and these new employees around him didn't know where he was from, what his background was. So right off the bat, he had nothing to show these people. And the second and third example with Trevor and Melissa is he wasn't able to get their salary. He promised something higher. They ended up getting 20-25% pay cuts, and he didn't do anything about it after that, which was the more important part. And if you're going into battle with somebody who's not going to back you up, who wants to do that, right? And next thing is his ineffective communication skills with basically everybody. Okay. Now, if we go into examples, we picked out a few with Jenkins. He thought he was reporting to Jenkins from the very beginning, but then when he actually started working, he didn't. Hardy stepped in, and then he didn't know what the relationship was, who was his direct supervisor. Nothing was really made clear. And when when nothing is clear, a lot of communication goes. You can't be.
Can't be effective at it.
Yes. And the third thing. The third thing was Kurt's two subordinates. They often reported directly to him instead of going through Kurt and then to him. And then that again is maybe one of the reasons why Kurt wasn't very happy with him, because his subordinates are he's neglecting his responsibilities and going directly to his supervisor, and maybe he didn't like that a lot. So that could have been another factor that affected his credibility. Now moving on. What we need to do now, first of all, establish credibility, right? He needs to set milestones. Before, he was reporting maybe quarterly to the headquarters. He should be doing that more often. He should be reporting on a monthly basis or even a weekly basis. Let headquarters know what's going on in the company, what achievements they've made, what do they need to do, and how they need to achieve those things, what kind of resources they need. And by doing that, he also needs to fix the salaries, right? Let these employees know that he is fighting for them, and he wants them to work hard, but they're also going to be compensated for it, and he's going to stand up for them. And by doing that, he's going to show value in his employees, saying, hey, look, headquarters, this is what we've achieved. This is why I need these people at this level of education or expertise to be able to, make better returns or achieve whatever goals that you set for us. And on the other hand, he shows his employees that I'm on your side, I'm working for you, I want you to get that salary. If it doesn't happen, maybe next year, but I'm trying. At least I'm trying. So he can gain some trust from his colleagues. Moving on, next thing he needs to do. Better communication skills. First, ask Jenkins, who does he need to report to now? Before, when Hardy stepped in, things were ambiguous. Now Hardy got transferred, Knight comes in. He's back at square one. He doesn't know who he needs to report to. So now it's a perfect opportunity for him to go back to Jenkins and say, hey, look, who do I officially report to now? Can I have whether it be an email or a formal introduction saying, hey, this is your supervisor, or you're working under him, And then when you start from there, you have better communications. Second thing, he has to tell Kurt, have his two subordinates. You guys have to report to Kurt, and then Kurt report to me. And when that happens, he's following the chain of commands, and Kurt maybe feels a little bit happier, he feels respected, and he also has a sense of responsibility that, I have to pass this information on to my boss, feel a little bit more involved, and maybe get things going, get the relationship back on track. Now, so he needs to uncloud the ambiguous relationships, right? When he gets everything, who does what are their responsibilities when everything is on track, then they can move forward and actually perform tasks. Now, in conclusion, he needs to understand that his lack of credibility and lack of communication skills has affected his business or his performance at this company greatly. When he understands that and he's able to achieve what I mentioned before, to gain back his credibility and communication skills, then he can, as a team and himself, prove to be
Successful.
successful in his business. Thank you.